Bulls Nation round 2 against the New York Knicks just ended today, and unfortunately we could not go 2 from 2 against the New York Knicks as the Bulls suffered a tough loss after a very good comeback in the fourth quarter. Now there is a lot of things to talk about in this game, however frustration for me comes to the point of this discussion, and we're going to talk a little bit about that frustration in this video. Let's do it. What's up everybody, it's the Aidan Sports Show and welcome back to another video. Today we've got a Chicago Bulls related video, and this time it's a game reaction against the New York Knicks. 2 for 2. We played 2 games against the New York Knicks and we walked away with only 1 victory, and today's loss shows a little bit of frustration in my opinion, because the way that we played, honestly, it was a bit frustrating, and it's definitely on the defensive end this side. We could talk a lot about how we play offensively, the turnovers, but that was not the issue today. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel. Turn notifications on. Let me know in the comments below who was your player of the game, and overall, what would you like to see out of the Chicago Bulls in our next game. Now, the scoreline for this game was 107 to 103. The Chicago Bulls, the majority of the game was down by at least 12, sometimes even 16, and we always brought it back to around 11, and then we always just ended up having that run got taken away from us. The Knicks handled this game in terms of management very well until the final stretches of the game where they allowed us within 1 possession. But the way that they performed, you have to give them credit. But again, the Knicks, it's always going to be about respect. I've respected the Knicks last game. I'm going to respect them this game. Defensively, they are absolutely killer. And once again, the Bulls need to look at these games against the New York Knicks, against the Lakers, and learn on how to play defense the way that they do. Because overall, I don't think the Knicks have the best players in the world. I don't think the Knicks have the absolute beastly defenders, but they defend as a team. And the Bulls at this point in time cannot defend as a team. We always have something lacking on the defensive end. We are one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA. And today, it showed 10 times over. And if we were a somewhat defensive team, we would have easily won this game because we limited our turnovers. I believe in the third quarter, from what I understood, the Bulls only had 6 turnovers. I'm not sure what we had overall, but we limited our turnovers a lot today. We didn't pass the ball as much as we usually do, but again, there seems to be a common theme every time we lose. We don't pass the ball enough. But what killed us tonight was offensive second point chances and points in the paint. That's what killed us today. That's what the Bulls just simply could not stop. Daniel Gafford couldn't stop it. Larry Markin couldn't stop it. Thaddeus Young couldn't stop it. We had nobody that could stop the offensive second chance opportunities for the New York Knicks, and we had nobody that could just stop them in the paint. Once again, we're backing off all the way into the paint in a pick and roll and allowing RJ Barrett, allowing Alfred Payton to get floaters into the paint. These are things that are simple to stop, but we just don't seem to know how to do it. And once again, it's a frustrating loss. We are still a learning team. We are still a growing team, and I still think we are heading in the right direction. But again, I can't help but feel the way that I feel. I feel frustrated after this loss because I know the Bulls can play so much better than what they played today. Defensively especially. Usually we're not the best defensive team, but at least we're able to move defensively. At least we are able to find and rotate. At least we are able to help. And we didn't see a lot of that in today's game until the fourth quarter, which is just too late. We left this game too late to try and come back. And it bit us hard today. But again, we don't really have anyone else to blame but ourselves. Defensively, we were poor, and if you don't defend, you don't win games. It's as simple as that. The Knicks are the worst offensive team in the NBA, but since their defense is one of the best, if not the best in the NBA at this point in time, this is how they win some of their games. So again, we need to learn from this. We need to take things out of the games, both games against the New York Knicks, and establish it into our own game. If the Knicks can play defense like that, why can't the Bulls? It's as simple as that. Because Julius Randle's, let's be real, Julius Randle is not a good defender. He's never been a good defender in his career, but he's ending up guarding Levine. He's getting help. Mitchell Robinson, someone that barely played for any team except for the New York Knicks, and he's killing it for them. So look, we need to find ways where we can play defense like that as well. And I'll tell you what, when we get that defensive game going, we could be one of the better teams in the NBA. We definitely could. But again, that's just how I feel on the matter. let's go into individual performances tonight. I'm not going to mention too many players, but again, there were some good recognition players that I believe should get recognized today. Patrick Williams, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. In the fourth quarter, Patrick Williams was vital, got some huge rebounds, made some good 2-point field goals. He missed a lot of the threes that he took today, which is... it is what it is. He's a rookie. I'm not expecting him to make every single shot that he takes. And yeah, I thought he played very, very well today, and he's definitely someone that I believe deserves some recognition for his performance. Zach LaVine had 24 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. Zach LaVine. Look, overall, it's not a bad game from Zach LaVine at all, but how are you going to take the worst shot in the game in the crunch time? I understand Zach LaVine's our best player. I understand he is called Logo LaVine. He's called all these things, but that shot was not the best shot. Everybody said it, and if he makes it, once again, no one complains. Zach LaVine makes an amazing shot. That's what he does. But when he misses it, we had so much time on the shot clock, and we had much more time to get another shot available. And plus, I'm pretty sure if he cut, he would have been open. So, again, it's one of those situations where it's a bad shot. And I think that shot, it doesn't cost us the game, but it definitely ruins the chances to even come close. And we did come close in the end, but look, we could have got a much better shot. That was a one-possession game at the end of the day. That is a terrible shot to take if you're Zach LaVine. And again, if he makes it, no one complains. But when he misses it, and he had a lot of shots like that today, step-back threes, contested threes, and he missed all of them pretty much. So it's just one of those things where I wanted to see better shot selection from Zach LaVine, and he needs to get foul calls. The refs don't give him foul calls, but at the end of the day, that doesn't give you the right to take fadeaway threes, contested threes, step-back threes, and contested threes in the clutch. I don't care who you are. Take the right shot, please. We were down this entire game. Zach LaVine's not had the best of game shooting. Just find the right play, and I think we could have had a chance. In the end, it is what it is. I still think he had a good game. I can't blame it all on him at the end of the day. Kobe White, 13 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. Kobe White was struggling with his ball handling once again. A few turnovers where he was spinning out of control or where he was dribbling into no man's land. It's a very similar game to the game last night or 2 nights ago against the New York Knicks. Nothing really has changed from that game to this game. And I think the stats are very similar as well to what he had. So again, not a terrible game from Kobe White, but I want to see a little bit more. Again, he's a second-year player. He's still going to be inconsistent. I just feel like there is so much more to Kobe White's game that we just haven't seen. And I'd like to see a little bit more. Thaddeus Young had 19 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. A solid night from Thaddeus Young once again. Absolutely killing it for the Chicago Bulls. Was one of our leading scorers today. And again, as soon as he came on, he had 5 steals, I believe, as well. As soon as he came on, you just knew that the Bulls were coming closer and closer and closer. And the last 2 players I want to talk about in retrospect to having a decent game. Satoransky had 6 points and 3 assists in 14 minutes. Obviously, Satoransky is not getting enough minutes for the Chicago Bulls, but I do think it's just slowly getting him back to fitness. And then we might see a little bit more out of Satoransky. Again, missing a lot of time this season. At the start of the season and towards the middle of how long the season has been, he's missed a lot of time. So get him back into fitness, and I think we'll see a better Satoransky. I actually thought he played very well today, to be honest. And Denzel Valentine, the person that kept us in this game, 13 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. For the life of me, when we brought our starters back into the game, look, our starters cost us this game. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. When our starters played, we were slow. We didn't pass the ball. It looked like we had no energy. We played no defense. When that second unit came in the fourth quarter and we narrowed it down to around a 3-point game, a 4-point game, I was just saying, look, just keep our bench in there. If we win or lose, keep the bench in there because they're at least bringing the energy to win the game. Then we bring the starters back in and it's the same old story. We played slow, we played lethargic, we turned the ball over and we didn't get enough opportunities to win the game. I understand Zach LaVine's our best player. I understand Kobe White is the future of the Bulls. I understand that we have a lot of young players that need to learn how to play in the crunch time. But sometimes the wins mean more. And unfortunately, bringing those starters back in, it just took the game away from us. I really thought if we kept Garrett Temple in the game for the entire time, if we kept Denzel Valentine in for the entire time, we would have had a little bit more of a chance to win. Now, of course, there were other players that played this game, but none of them had terrific games besides the people I did mention. So, yeah, everybody that I didn't mention, they're definitely in contention for must improve. And speaking of must improve, let's go to that now. I'm going to keep this very short and very sweet. There are two people, in my opinion, that must improve games. Daniel Gafford and Lauri Markkanen. I'm going to put them both here. I'm going to put them both. I just don't understand how 36 minutes and Lauri Markkanen misses damn near every shot that he took today. It's just a night and day performance from the way that he had his last game against the New York Knicks. And again, he had a very good point in the game where he did a posterizer on Julius Randle. Great cut. We didn't see enough of that. We didn't see him get the ball enough either. 9 points and 4 rebounds for 36 minutes played as the second option on a team is just not good enough for a team that is aspiring to be a playoff team. We need Lauri Markkanen and Coby White to step up. Again, when Lauri Markkanen, Coby White, and Zach LaVine don't have good games, the Bulls are going to struggle. When all of them have good games, the Bulls will win. We need at least 2 of them to step up to the occasion. Zach LaVine seems to be always stepping up. He always seems to be the one that doesn't necessarily have bad games. But Lauri Markkanen and Coby White, we need to see more out of them. Those are the 2 players that we're banking on to be the future. And Patrick Williams is in his rookie year, and he's playing better than these guys. We need to do better when it comes to Coby White and Lauri Markkanen. And again, with Daniel Gafford, very similar story to how it's always been with him. He brought a lot of energy in the fourth, which was very, very good. His fourth quarter was definitely his best. Ever since he got fouled by Mitchell Robinson when he hurt his back. Since then, he brought his energy. We need to get Daniel Gafford energized before the game, because if he's trying to find his way to hype himself up, that's his concern. He needs to find ways to hype himself up during the game, before the game, after the game. Just keep himself ready and energized. And I don't know, we don't see that enough from Daniel Gafford. They're my 2 must improve. I'm not going to pick between one or the other. They both need to improve. And my player of the game, I'm giving it to Thaddeus Young. I know Zach LaVine had a good game today, but Thaddeus Young, as soon as he came in, the Bulls just got a little bit closer and a little bit closer and a little bit closer. He was definitely the one that kept us in this game for the majority of the time. And he deserves that respect. He definitely deserves it. At the end of the day, he's been balling out more than anybody in these last few weeks, especially for someone that's coming off of the bench. So I think he definitely deserves the praise for today's game as well. And yeah, that's all I have to really say. The Bulls' record is 8-12. I think we currently sit 11th in the rankings in the Eastern Conference. We need to finish around the 10th and 9th for the playoff bracket. So we're still not far behind at this point in time. We still have the opportunity and the chance. But the Bulls miss an opportunity here, and the Bulls missed a chance here. And again, this is the competition that we face for the 8th seed. It's very tough, tight competition at the moment. The Knicks got one over us, and the Knicks, they're thinking the same things. We are the Knicks competition. We are the Orlando Magic competition. We are the Charlotte Hornets competition. And right now, the Raptors and all these teams that are fighting to be in the playoffs, these are the competition. So the Knicks wanted this win, and they got the win. And I think they definitely deserve the win. We didn't come out ready to play in the first quarter, the second quarter, and it paid. It cost us. It really did cost us. That first quarter cost us, and our defense really cost us in the paint today. We missed Wendell Carter. I have to say that before we end things off. Our next game is the Orlando Magic. Look, Orlando have a few injuries, but once again, they have a player that I don't know if we're going to be able to stop. We couldn't stop Julius Randle these last 2 games. Are the Chicago Bulls going to stop Vucevic? If we stop Vucevic, we can win this game. We can win games against the Orlando Magic, who have been injury concerned, and we have them twice. I don't know how the Bulls are going to stop Vucevic. I don't know how the Bulls are going to play against the Orlando Magic. They are struggling, and we need to take advantage of that. Those are 2 games, winnable games for the Chicago Bulls. And we just have to wait and see how they go before we head into next week's competition. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Take care and peace.